From the heart of the Space City to the heart of Gen Z, welcome to Next Gen Conversation. Not Dad's Talk Radio. Ethan talks to you about the issues and events that matter to our generation. This is the Next Gen Report with Ethan Buchanan.
Hey everybody, good evening. I hope you're doing well. I am Ethan Buchanan. This is the Next Gen Report. Thank you for tuning in. I want to say just real quick, if you only listen to the Sunday show, you are missing out. We do an extra broadcast on Wednesdays. It's broadcast on our Houston station, our flagship station, AM 950 KPRC. You can catch it wherever you get podcasts or on my X page at _Ethan Buchanan, Buchanan. We have seen a lot of growth on that show. That Wednesday broadcast, it's just fantastic to see. I'm so grateful. If you're not catching it, you should catch it. Go find the podcast. You're missing out. There's a lot of great stuff in there. Just wanted to toss that out to you. If you're only a Sunday listener, I'm super grateful for you. Check out the Wednesday show as well. It's fantastic. All right, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today, but I want to start out with something kind of fun. You probably know that America is hosting a bunch of World Cup games this year. The FIFA World Cup, which is basically like the global soccer championship or what have you, is in North America. And so Canada has a few games, Mexico has a few games, and the United States has a few games. What that means is a whole bunch of Europeans are coming from Europe to the United States. And this has just been, frankly, wonderful to see. I have had a great time watching these people discover the United States because they have been turning it into like big road trips. They'll start in one place and then like travel their way to the city that whatever team they're here to support is playing in. There's been a couple of examples of this that have kind of gone viral. One that I really want to show you is a guy that is known only as Freddie. He's a German that has come and is doing this big road trip across the South to, I believe, the Germany game here in Houston. And it's just been so fun to see. He's gone viral on Twitter, and I've just been following along, watching him just discover regular American things like Bass Pro Shops. I love Bass Pro Shop. That's one of my favorite stores in the world. I'm so glad that they built one in Spring, because now there's one that's other than the Katy Mills Mall one. It's hard to come by a Bass Pro Shop in Houston, or has been for some time. But now there's a really nice big one in Spring that I've been to a couple of times, but they don't have Bass Pro Shop in Germany. And so Freddie got to discover this from the first time. He goes, "We found another surreal place on our way. I know some people will say I'm too positive about everything I see, but this place is crazy. They had a shooting range in the store, and it's just a big old Bass Pro Shop. It's got the classic fish tank. You know, everything you think of when you see Bass Pro Shops, but this is where it gets really good." He goes down to the bottom. They were selling rifles in there. He said that got a shock. You see the rifle rack and all the ammo down there. It's just cool to see him discovering these kinds of things. It's just fun. Because we don't really think about stuff like this. This is just everyday stuff in the United States of America that we take for granted. I don't think people understand living in the United States really and truly how awesome the United States is. Like we say it all the time, and I think other nations get sick of us saying it, but America is number one. And we don't just say that because we're pompous and we're full of ourselves. We are pompous and we are full of ourselves, but it is because we are number one. Another thing I really enjoyed Freddie seeing that Americans, I think, oftentimes take a lot for granted is just how big and awesome our stadiums are. And listen, I know it's kind of a love-hate relationship because every time you go to a stadium, it's like, oh my God, the parking is terrible. And if you live in a city that has a big stadium, it's always some issue about taxes and who fits the cost or whatever. And listen, I know they're a pain in the butt. I do. However, they are super cool. And we have to acknowledge that. Here is a really cool video. I'm going to have to mute it. So you listeners on the radio live right now won't be able to see it. But if you go back and watch the video on my X page at _Ethan Buchanan, Buchanan, you'll be able to see it. I mean, fireworks going off, the huge crowd. This is, I believe, the Auburn Stadium. So this is an SEC stadium that this poor German fella got to experience for the first time. I don't know if he was ready. But, you know, it's things like that that we take for granted here in the United States. It's things like that we don't really, you know, this is just part of daily life for us. But what I'm trying to impress upon you is that daily life for the American people is amazing. It is awesome. And I am glad that our European friends get to actually see this. Here's Freddie discovering Buc-ee's. He said, dude, LMAO, this gas station. He goes on in this thread to talk about how big it is, but it's just a Buc-ee's. Now, we Texans, we love our Buc-ee's. But it's one of those things that we don't really think about as being some crazy and insane thing. But it is. They don't have that in other places. That's only in America because we're the best. Here's a video that I really got attached to. This is a Scotsman discovering Buc-ee's while he's on his road trip to see the Scottish team play in Boston. Check this out.
Imagine being a grown adult like we are and being excited, so excited about arriving at a Buc-ee's.
If you've never been to Buc-ee's before, you might be mystified as to what it actually is. If you take a gas station and mix it with Disney World, wrap all of that around a gift shop, then that's probably the best way I can describe what Buc-ee's is all about.
Wow, it's all light, look at it.
Oh, Buc-ee's merchandise, cowboy hats, shirts. Posing with the Buc-ee's merchandise.
You know what I love about Buc-ee's? It's an inspirational brand. The message.
The message.
This is what we came to Buc-ee's really for, is this stuff here. The beaver nuggets. I'm going to put these in my suitcase and fly them back to Scotland. They're that good, honestly.
He went on and did some other posts about how good the beaver nuggets were. And I think justifiably. They are fantastic. They are fantastic. And I'm glad that the Europeans are finally going to discover why Americans are so fat. It's because of the beaver nuggets. But listen, again, I cannot stress this enough. America is a fantastic place. It is a fantastic country. Our day-to-day life blows the mind of the Europeans. And that's a good thing. We should welcome these people and say, hey, come experience how great we are. Take some of this back with you and just, you know, start being cooler. I'm Ethan Buchanan. This is the Next Gen Report. We got a lot more coming up. Stay tuned. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Next Gen Report. Real quick, I want to ask you just a quick favor from me to you. If you're in a place to do so, obviously, don't do this if you're on the road. But if you're listening at home or you're parked or you can pull off real quick, I want to ask you to follow me on X, @_Ethan Buchanan, Buchanan. I'll probably ask you to do that a couple of times just because it's a great way to support the show. Thank you. All right, now, we're talking a little bit about what makes, you know, America so cool. And it's those little everyday things that, you know, we don't really think anything about, like Buc-ee's or big trucks or being able to waltz into an academy or a Bass Pro Shop or what have you and just grab a gun if you want one and enough ammunition to overthrow a small municipal government. These things are just available to us as Americans. And it's awesome. It's cool. These things are cool. Another fantastic thing that just makes America amazing is our small family-owned businesses, and that's what I want to talk to you real quick about. I want to ask you to support a small family-owned business that's based here in the great state of Texas that actually supports me, my show sponsor, Deus Vult Lapel Pins. Listen, it's Sunday. Hopefully you went to church today. Maybe whilst you were at church, you wore a suit jacket. A lot of people still wear suit jackets to church. Stick a lapel pin on it. It'll make it look way better. Maybe you happen to work in an office and you wear a suit jacket to work all the time, like I do. Stick a lapel pin on it. It'll make it look fantastic. Or maybe you don't wear suit jackets at all. You're not a lapel pin guy, but you're one of those folks that likes to put bumper stickers all over everything. I'm that way. My car has way too many bumper stickers on it. I'm actually redoing it. I had a bunch of bumper stickers on my car. I got rear-ended, got a new bumper. Now I have to get new bumper stickers. A great place to stock up on your bumper stickers, deusvaultlapelpins.com. They've got a bunch of different bumper sticker designs for you to check out. And again, of course, the lapel pins are fantastic. All of this stuff is affordable, all right? You're not going to be paying $20 for a bumper sticker. You're not going to be paying $20 for a lapel pin. Check it out. They've got a ton of different designs to support your American heritage, your Texas pride, your Southern pride, your Christian heritage or faith, whatever you want to, get involved in. They've got a niche there for you at deusvaultlapelpins.com. They even do custom orders. They will make a custom lapel pin for you. If you've got a church group or a business, you want custom lapel pins. deusvaultlapelpins.com, DEUSVULT lapelpins.com. Use promo code NEXTPIN2026. They will give you a 10% discount. And you'll be supporting the show. You'll be supporting an American, a Texan, a Christian family-owned business. It really is a great company. You guys are going to love buying products for them. All right, now we're talking about World Cup. We're talking about FIFA. We're talking about Europeans coming into the United States. And listen, I know it's fun to kind of throw jabs at the Europeans and mock them for their silly accents that I swear to you they're only doing when we can see them. There's no way they talk like that when they're just about by themselves. But whenever you can hear them, they're doing the accent. I think it's a bit. But we love to jab at them. We love to tease them. But I like to think it's all good-natured, right? Because a whole bunch of American culture is actually parts of European, British culture even, that they frankly lost. Parts of their culture that came here when we were colonies of Great Britain, and then we preserved those things while England didn't. And that's tragic, but it's nice to see those things come about. Like Southern hospitality, right? That's something we're very proud of as Texans and Southerners and whatnot. Believe it or not, that's actually kind of a British thing. It is. A whole lot of kind of the classic Southern culture is actually British culture, British aristocratic culture that we preserved because we saw value in that. And it's kind of fun to see things like Southern hospitality be demonstrated on Europeans. I'll give you an example of this. This is Sean. He's the guy that we just talked about checking out Buc-ee's. This is his experience at a barbecue shop. And again, that's another kind of simple treasure that we don't even think about. A barbecue restaurant, there's a dozen of them. I can drive down Shepherd and I'll see 6. It's not something we think about, but it's something they don't have in the UK. And here is this Scotsman experiencing this for the first time. Take a listen.
You came from where, Big Daddy?
Scotland.
Scotland?
Yeah. Oh, yeah? Come on, look.
So, just right there. You came from where, big guy? Oh, I came from Scotland. Oh, you came from Scotland? Come back here. Let me show you this. That's simple Southern hospitality. The moment he was like, oh, you're not from around here. Come check this out. Come check out what we do. You're welcome here. That's Southern hospitality. That's what that is.
Look at that. Oh, wow, that is some meat. You guys don't mess around.
No, sir.
Holy
Showing him
moly.
the grill.
Yeah, Texas takes pride in that.
Yeah, good stuff.
Texas takes pride in our barbecue. Dang right.
Can't smell it.
You can't smell it anymore.
Cannot smell it.
Oh, can't wait to try some. No, I'll have a pickle. What have we got here? We've got ribs. Got a big ass pickle there. Ribs. Some brisket underneath there. And we've got a sausage there. Look at that. That is a proper roundup for both of us. And then some potato salad.
I think the ribs you just eat with your hands, right? I don't want to offend anyone here.
Right? That's
Ribs, you
it.
can just grab it and like get into it. That is delicious. I'm gonna try a bit of sauce. Right, let's try the sauce on this
Getting
rib.
the sauce on the brisket. There you go.
This is good. Running like a sweet sauce. Not a sauce on my phone.
Now that's the true American barbecue experience. Getting sauce every darn place.
All right. This is the big stuff, the good stuff, the brisket. This is what we travelled 5,000 kilometres or however far we travelled to get to this stuff with barbecue sauce on it. That is a taste of Texas.
Darn right it is. And listen, that to me, that really truly is a very simple, beautiful thing. Right? I mean, just the actual hospitality that was displayed. The moment he's like, "Oh, you're from England? Come on in. Come check this out. I want you to see how we do things." He literally said, "You're going to get the VIP experience." He took him back into the kitchen. He showed him all the grills. That's cool. That's a cool thing. We should be proud of stuff like that. We really should. I don't want us to kind of have the fish in the ocean experience where we don't even think about the things that are day-to-day life for us that are like grand experiences to people from other places. That's why, I'm not a soccer fan. Most Americans aren't. I don't care about the World Cup. But I don't think really and truly there is a better way to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States of America than getting to show our everyday beautiful things to the rest of the world. I think that's awesome. Especially, it really makes me happy seeing people from the UK, from Scotland, Ireland, England, what have you, even Germany, seeing, hey, you guys actually played a role in this. All of this stuff that you're experiencing now, this amazing barbecue, Buc-ee's, just the American culture, the beautiful cities and towns and villages and what have you here in the United States of America, you guys actually played a role in this. This is European culture that has been preserved and built upon. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. So, listen, there's going to be traffic because of the World Cup. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it to share how awesome we are with Europe. Now, one thing that I do want to say is a downside is some people have politicized this. It's actually kind of funny, though. This is the mayor of Toronto, Canada. Take a listen to this.
Mayor Chow, what do you think about ICE coming to Toronto?
ICE have no place in this city. Toronto is about to welcome thousands and thousands of families because of FIFA World Cup, where everyone belongs, everyone's welcome. So stay out, ICE. We do not need you here.
They don't need ICE in Toronto, Canada. They don't need ICE in Toronto, Canada. Are you picking up what I picked up on? I guarantee you the American Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency is not going to show up in Toronto, Canada. Good grief. I mean, this is just plain and simple pandering to idiots. That's what this is. Good grief. All right, we got a lot more of the Next Gen Report coming up in just a second. Stay tuned. We're going to play some quick messages from the station sponsors. We'll be right back. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Listen, as much as I would love to just sit and talk about how great the United States is and how cool it is to see tourists come experience America for the first time, unfortunately, there are some serious topics that we're going to have to discuss here. Specifically, in California, I think first. Let's start with that. If you're super politically active, you may have kind of checked in on the Los Angeles mayor's race. Most of you probably don't care about that. And, to a certain extent, I don't really care either. Who the mayor of Los Angeles is doesn't really matter necessarily to me in my day-to-day life. But there's some interesting things that went on in that race. So, just to summarize, Spencer Pratt was the kind of conservative Republican candidate that was up. And basically his whole platform was, we're going to finally actually do something about these homeless people other than just giving them drugs and then putting them in a crack house to do more drugs and then destroy the crack house. Because that's basically the Los Angeles homeless policy. And then other than that, they just let them do whatever they want. If you want to be homeless, be homeless. You want to crap in the street, crap in the street. You want to go get in a crack house and do crack? Go get in the crack house, do crack. We'll pay for it ourselves with our taxpayer money. So Los Angeles is a disaster, but one person wanted to kind of fix that, and that was Spencer Pratt. And believe it or not, he actually made it through, or at least we thought he was going to, the first round of LA elections. So here's how it works in LA. They have what's called a jungle primary, which is just everybody runs together, and then the top 2 vote getters move on to the November election. It's weird, but hey, whatever. That's how they do things over there. That's fine. So originally, Spencer Pratt had made it into those final 2 candidates, and he was up against incumbent Karen Bass. That has since changed. He is now longer in the top 2. He is no longer advancing. The American Reformer has a good article that kind of summarized this. Pratt came in second on election day, giving his supporters some hope, but then California's electoral system stepped in. As of Thursday, current Mayor Karen Bass leads at 34.3%, and far-left city council member Nithya Raman, essentially the West Coast version of New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani, is firmly in second place at 29%. Pratt now sits a distant third at 25.5%. How about that? They went on to say the problem isn't Spencer Pratt's loss in the LA mayor's race. It's the system that made such a loss possible. As the saying goes, the system is what it does. And in California, it's clearly tilted in favor of Democrats. Though some voter fraud certainly exists on the margins across the U.S., and no electoral system is perfectly neutral, California is a special case. Just take the state's lax voting requirements. As the Wall Street Journal reported on the Pratt loss, the Golden State sends in mail-in ballots to all registered voters, allows same-day registration, even on election day, permits a gym card or even a sample ballot as a form of ID, and lets late-arriving ballots count even if they include a handwritten date on the envelope. All of this is a recipe for fraud to metastasize. So, just to dumb that down for you, you could not be a registered voter. Register on election day, get a mail-in ballot, fill it out, send it in with a made-up date. Like, let's say even you could register on election day, get a mail-in ballot the next day, so presumably you've missed it, fill it out, write a fake date, send it in, and they'll still count it a week later. And they're not going to fact-check you at any point along that journey. It is illegal to ask a voter to show ID in California for elections. And if for whatever reason you do show an ID, a gym card, or even the sample ballot itself is an acceptable form of ID. Now, I don't know how they do sample ballots in LA, but I can go online right now, pick literally any address, and generate a sample ballot for that address. In California, that's all you have to do to be able to vote. You can just walk in with that. I could pull up a sample ballot for the other side of Harris County just by putting in an address online. And if you do that in California, all of a sudden you're eligible to vote. At least that's what it looks like to me. If I'm missing something, I would love to have somebody point out where I've gone wrong here. So obviously, there is the potential for a lot of fraud in California. The potential. Now, just that in and of itself, okay, they have dangerously lax voting systems. Fine, whatever. That doesn't necessarily mean that anything wrong actually happened. There's no real evidence that anything wrong actually happened. Except actually there is. Because somebody went around Skid Row, which is where a whole lot of homeless people like to hang out in Los Angeles, and they just grabbed random hobos off the street and said, hey, did you get paid to vote? Did you get paid to vote for a specific candidate? And every single one of these homeless people said, yeah, I voted. I got paid to vote for Karen Bass or Nithya Raman or what have you. Check this out. This is insane.
Here and try and pay you to vote
Yes.
on a ballot.
Yes.
Oh, they just how much they pay you?
$5.
Oh, and they said here, come and vote for these candidates.
Yes, sir.
They told you who to vote for.
Yes.
Wow. So they told you to vote for Karen Bass or Nithya Raman.
Karen Bass.
Did you vote for Karen Bass?
Yeah.
For $5?
Yeah.
Did you vote?
Yeah.
Oh, you did for Karen Bass?
Yeah. Karen Bassett. Right.
or
That's
Nith-
what I say, Bassett?
Karen Bass, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Nithya Raman.
Karen.
Karen. They told you to vote for Karen.
Yeah. They had to sign a little thing.
And how much they pay you?
It was like $2.
$2? Oh, to sign off on a thing to vote for her.
Yeah.
So they'd say, oh, do you want to vote for Karen or Nithya? Or they just really just tell you to vote for Karen, huh?
But it was really promoting her, man. They gave you an optional choice, but they tell you who they want you to vote for.
Or they tell you who you want to vote for. So like, yo, we'll give you $2, but you got to vote for one of these people.
Well, you know, I'm a barterer, man. So I got $4.
I'm a
what?
barterer, so I got $4. I bartered my way up to $4 when I got paid to vote for a specific candidate, which is very illegal, by the way. Very illegal. Now, I don't know who's doing this, but somebody's doing it. I don't know if it's a campaign or a political action committee or what have you, but someone's doing it, and it's real easy to do in California. Normally, I would say, okay, it doesn't really matter. Listen, if California wants to have election systems in place that are disasters and allow for terrible candidates to commit fraud and win office and then destroy the country or the city or the state, that's their prerogative. The issue comes when, if they're doing this for local elections, for state elections, they are going to do it for federal elections. They can do it for federal elections. They have no reason not to. Why wouldn't they? And this is where we start to run into an issue. In certain elections, what California does indeed affect me as a Texan. There could be a situation where, via how the Electoral College breaks down, California somehow becomes the last piece of the puzzle for some candidate. And they win California and they go on to become the president. And then they can destroy the country. That's what we saw under Joe Biden. So this stuff does actually matter. How senators from California vote in the U.S. Senate does affect me. The bills they put forward and push and vote for does affect me. If this was just California politics, just LA politics, I would say this doesn't matter. I don't care. If California wants to eat itself alive because they're terrible, stupid people, go bananas. Go bananas. Have a good time. However, now this is starting to affect me. This is a problem. The whole idea of the United States of America is each state can trust its sister states to not actively work against its interests. Like, I'm the state of Texas. I know that the state of California is going to be an honest broker. So we can disagree on policy, and California is going to do what California is going to do, and Texas is going to do what Texas is going to do. And that whole system works because on the big stuff, on the serious stuff, at the end of the day, we all trust each other to play fair. And that's why we're allowed to have unity. If California is not holding up their end of the bargain there, that is a problem for the entire United States of America. And I think it's clear that there's some fishy business going on. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's close out the show by talking about something that I think is really, really stinking cool. And I've talked about this on the show in the past. I'm something of a tech nerd. And what I mean by that isn't that, like, I have a deep amount of technical knowledge, because I don't. I just like cool new tech. I think it's neat. I think stuff that I don't understand that does cool things is cool. So I've been following SpaceX pretty closely because I think space travel is cool. I'm a big fan of Star Wars, and I was a big fan of Star Trek, but that franchise has kind of gone into the dumps. Not because, I'm a science nerd and I'm a tech nerd, a la-di-da. I just think it's cool to see that stuff. I think things like self-driving cars and advanced computers and stuff is neat, all right? Rocket ships are cool. Spaceships are cool. They just are. I'm a guy. Those things are cool to me. So, SpaceX going public was really neat. SpaceX, if you don't know, is, I think, the largest entity, public or private, when it comes to space exploration. They're the ones that are launching rockets up into space and then dropping them back down and catching them so that they can then refill them and launch them again with the goal of going to the moon and building a base there and then going to Mars. All of that, I think, last I checked at least, was scheduled to happen in my lifetime. In my lifetime, there's actually a real possibility that human beings set foot on Mars. That's cool. SpaceX is the reason for that. That's cool. Elon Musk is the reason for that. That's really cool. I'm a big fan of Elon Musk just because he's building really cool technology. And some turd bucket is going to go, well, actually, Elon Musk isn't building it. He just owns the company. Shut up, you obnoxious twerp. It's Elon Musk's companies that are building these things. Yes, I am aware that Elon Musk is not, to my knowledge, actually engineering rockets himself, but he has put together a team of stellar people that are doing some truly stellar things. And those things are happening, of course, at SpaceX, where he's building really cool rockets, launching them up into space, la-di-da-di-da, And now SpaceX is public. You can actually go and you can buy in and become a partial owner of SpaceX. That's cool. You can own portions of that company. That's neat. You can go do that right now. This is not investment advice, but that's available to you. That's cool. And of course, a bunch of people wanted to get in on that action. And so SpaceX stock is worth a bunch of money. And now Elon Musk is a trillionaire. That's cool. Forbes reported it. Elon Musk just became the first trillionaire in world history. Some goober is going to go, what about King whatever that had a bunch of wealth back in, eons before we had writing? Shut up, Redditor, you nerd. Elon Musk is the world's first trillionaire in recorded history. There's your disclaimer. SpaceX's stock began trading on the NASDAQ Friday at $150 per share and closed at $160 per share, implying that a nearly $2.2 trillion market cap for the company. Forbes estimated that Musk is now worth $1.1 trillion as of the close of trading on Friday, up from $982 billion on Thursday, when SpaceX priced its IPO at $135 a share. The IPO pricing boosted Musk's fortune by $188 billion yesterday, according to Forbes calculations. SpaceX's stock peaked at $176.52 per share Friday, briefly making Musk worth a record $1.2 trillion. That's cool. That is cool. And listen, you can say, it's crazy that he's worth that much money. That's wrong, blah, 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 whatever. I don't see you building super cool electric cars. I don't see you building massive tunnel drilling machines that are being used to carve subway systems out of rock. I don't see you building rockets that are going to Mars, or even putting together a team that's building those things, which Elon Musk is doing. That's cool. He's a leader in AI. He is the leader in space travel. He's the leader in electric cars. That's cool. This stuff is cool. And Elon Musk deserves to be compensated for that. He deserves to be able to say, look at these things that I've achieved. I've got some fruits for that labor. Elizabeth Warren, of course, the woke left is pissed off about this. Elizabeth Warren hopped in her car, which I'm sure is nicer than any car the average American can afford, and she complained about this. Take a listen.
Elon Musk is officially the world's first trillionaire. Think about that. We're living in a time when more and more people are just hanging on by their fingernails to survive in this economy. And Elon Musk has more money and more wealth than anyone in human history. I want to be clear. This is not just some fluke. It is a feature of a rigged economy.
All right. That's just stupid that she said that. This isn't a fluke. This is a feature of a rigged economy. Okay. Both are incorrect. If people becoming trillionaires was a feature of a rigged economy, there wouldn't be only one person that did it. She's arguing this is a feature. If this is a feature, why is Elon Musk the only person that's achieved this wealth in human history? It's a fluke. Okay, well, she's right there. It's not a fluke. It isn't. Elon Musk got this because he had great ideas for great companies and developed them. And they're doing amazing things that people find value in. So it is not a fluke. She's correct there, but it is not a feature of a rigged economy. It is stupid to say that.
Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill cut health care for millions of Americans to give guys like Elon bigger tax breaks.
That's the other line that you hear all the time from Ilhan Omar and others. Oh, these people get all these tax breaks. That's why they're able to come up with trillions of dollars in wealth. Okay, first of all, how much Elon Musk pays in taxes has not a darn thing to do with how much the SpaceX stock is worth. Elon Musk's personal IRS filings have nothing to do at all with the SpaceX stock is worth this money. And it's stupid to say that. But on top of that, it's just wrong. It's just not correct. This idea that, oh, billionaires don't pay taxes or what have you. I mean, they definitely, don't pay taxes in the same way. But this idea that, oh, the top 1% of people have all the wealth and it's because they don't pay any taxes. It's stupid. Taxfoundation.org. In 2022, taxpayers filed $153.8 million in tax returns, reportedly earning $14.8 trillion in adjusted gross income and paid $2.1 trillion in individual income taxes. The average income tax rate in 2022 was 14.5%. The top 1% of taxpayers paid a 23.1% average rate, 6 times higher than the 3.7% average rate paid by the bottom half of taxpayers. So this line that you hear from the left all the time, that, oh, they're just not paying taxes, that's why they have all this money, it's a lie. And it's easy to prove that it's a lie. Top 1%, 23.1% average rate, 6 times higher than the bottom half of everybody else. But they keep parroting this. The other line that you hear all the time is like, oh, well, Elon Musk didn't do all of this. The people that are actually working for SpaceX should have an equal part in this. And they obviously do. And if you do just a little bit of paying attention, you'd see that. This is a story from a guy that was a welder at SpaceX for 10 years. He's now darn near a millionaire because he got paid in stocks. Take a listen to this.
How did you end up with a job at SpaceX?
And a friend that I met at another job ended up in SpaceX. And then he called me. I told him, I don't even know what SpaceX is, but let's go,
Hernandez says he worked there for 10 years, rising to supervisor, still holding 6,500 shares of SpaceX.
How much money do you stand to make in this IPO?
That opening is going to be like around, $880,000.
$880,000.
Yes. As an immigrant, I was always taught just to work hard, do the best I can what I do. And thanks to SpaceX, you see the light at the end of the tunnel.
So this guy was just a common welder at SpaceX, and now he's worth $880,000. That's going to go up, by the way, because people are still buying. That stock price is going to continue to rise. He's going to be worth more and more and more. This guy's going to be a millionaire because he worked at SpaceX. So yeah, Elon Musk is a trillionaire, whatever. He's also creating millionaires out of thin ice or thin air. This is fantastic. This is amazing. I'm Ethan Buchanan. Thank you for listening to the Next Gen Report.